I get nervous and I start talking. Hey.
We ready?
Yep.
Where do I look? Everyone?
Everyone. Amanda, your first official win in the UFC, so how does it feel?
It feels amazing. All week, all month, all preparation for this fight. As soon as it's been announced that this girl's been on my mind, so to get the fight out and to win is just a weight lifted off my shoulders, and I feel like I can breathe.
And we saw you were training with Juliana Pena as well on the run up to this fight. What was that like?
Oh yeah, I've trained with Juliana Pena a few times, and she's intense. From like her talking to her walk to her fight to her training. She's just an intense person to be around, and every time we spar, it feels like a fight. So I like training with her, just being around her. She's super intense. She's a real fighter.
And what was the experience like being in the tough house, and how did that kind of help you going forward, especially into this fight as well?
I loved it. The tough house was probably the best thing that's ever happened to me in my career. It helped me be a lot more independent as a fighter. I depend on my coaches and my team and my family, my friends a lot. So being in the house, being away from that, being separate, helped me really become a whole fighter and definitely have the confidence to keep moving forward.
You fairly upset Dan Hardy in the Octagon. You said you're not Joe Rogan. He seemed a little bit upset by it.
Oh, listen, I'm still really upset that I did that. I should not have done that. I feel terrible. I was getting stitches in the back like, oh my God, did I upset that guy? No, I'm just trying to make people laugh, trying to have fun. I'm definitely a crowd pleaser. You can see when they started cheering, I got all amped up. I love to bring a show and make people laugh, make people have fun. I'm an entertainer. It's the business we're in. So hopefully I didn't offend them. I love Joe Rogan, so it's definitely one of those things where it's like, once you win, you can talk to Joe Rogan. I'm like, it's not Joe Rogan.
That first round, you seemed to really dominate it for the first kind of 3.5 minutes, and then Anna started pouring on some pressure. How were you feeling going back to the stool, and how do you think you were getting on at that stage in the fight?
I knew it was a close round. I wasn't sure who had won. I figured, with the takedown and the heavy ground and pound that she did land, that she'd won the round. But I knew I just knew. I went back to the first round. After the first round, my coaches are talking to me, and in my mind, I'm like, oh man, I can do this. This is my fight. So it's a mental game. As soon as you start doubting yourself, you're going to lose, and you can't come back from doubt. So as long as I kept a belief in myself, and my coaches kept a belief in me, I knew I could win.
You got the win, but obviously you didn't do it easy. You got a couple of nice gashes on the side of your head as well. Yeah, you're going to heal up quickly, or?
Yeah, I've gashed. This eye's been cut a few times, so it's just like as soon as I get hit, poof, blood. I've never had a bloody nose before, and I saw blood. I was like, please don't be my nose. I've never had it. I pride myself on this. But yeah, I'll heal up quickly, get back to training, and see what's next.
You called out Felice Herring in the Octagon. Is that a fight you'd like, or when would you like to get it?
I didn't call out Felice Herring in the Octagon. I called her out after. Don't embarrass me. I'm just kidding. Felice Herring has been in the sport for a long time, and I've looked up to her. I looked up to a lot of the women at that stage right now, and I'm coming up, and I feel like she's been in it for so long. Maybe she's coming down, and I called out the fight for both of us. It's a great fight. I think it'd be entertaining, something fans would want to see, something the UFC would like to bring on. So, good fight for me. I'd love to take on any fight that the UFC brings me, but that's just the first that came to mind.
How soon would you like to get back in there?
I want to fight, at least 4 times a year. So 3 months, I'd like to definitely be in the cage again and fighting.
If I could just ask you what you made of Belfast and the Belfast fight fans.
I love it, man. I can feel like the energy as soon as I walked into the Octagon. My last fight, I didn't want to get too confused with the crowd. I wanted to stay focused, and so when I walked out, I didn't shake any hands, I didn't look at anything, and this time I wanted to embrace it, and I walked out and I just started looking around, and I could see the energy, the excitement, and it pumps me up. Like I said, I'm an entertainer, so I'm loving Belfast so far. I want to go out and have some drinks. Don't laugh at me.
Matt, the owners from my programme isn't quite as familiar with mixed martial arts as the organisations that many of my colleagues here work for, so if you'd forgive me just for asking a basic question. What is it about mixed martial arts that's made you decide to pursue it as a sport?
I ask myself that question about every fight day. I've been doing martial arts for 14 years now, and it's the win. It's that I really don't even like competition, like getting in the cage and fighting someone. Like just the thought of it creeps me out a little bit, that I lock myself in a cage and let someone punch me. But it's the win. It's that relief. It's the for months, like I've said, I've thought about this person in my head. I've prepared my coaches. I have the feeling of so many people around me, so many people, my loved ones, they feel the same feeling I feel, even though they're not getting in the cage. And I think, I come from a small town, so doing something big for my small town, it just fires me up and motivates me, and I definitely like to. I'm an entertainer. I like to put on a show for people. So I guess fighting is it. It was either that or stripping, and I'm not very good looking.
One final question, Mike. Clearly, some of the biggest names in sports are women. It's a great place for women athletes.
Oh yeah, it's. I mean, women are up and coming, right? It's getting huge. When I first started, it was small. I had to drive myself all over to find fights and boxing. And now it's all over. It's everyone gets excited. Like the chicks are fighting. Yeah, I know. We get excited. We put on a show.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
Thanks.